The Epitaph is one of those weird weapons. It is a wrist-mounted sidearm firing a chilling slow-mounted slab. Yeah, this to get, you have to drop the blueprint and the components from the Void Storms, which means having to go railjack on, actually it's stated which planets it dropped on. Okay, Venus, Earth, and Saturn. Okay, that's not where I thought this thing dropped, if I'm being brutally honest. In here, and it's these three planets, which means it's Void Storm missions. You have to do the Void Storm missions to get the components for this to drop. And they're apparently dropping at a, what is it, 10% chance to actually get these parts to drop. And it has really, really big expectations for this. Does come with 2 Vs on it. And an already polarized Exilus slot with a dash on, which means max ammo is an easy fit for this. Why I'm looking forward to trying this and why it could be an easy disappointment is, yeah, 2 mods. Primed Target Cracker, Primed Pistol Gambit. 137.8% crit chance with a 5.5 times multiplier. Couple former in, and I'm coming across a few issues with this. First off, it is stupidly powerful, but it has travel time and the fall off is kind of bad. But it's the whole charging to fire it. There is a quick fire, but it just doesn't have the same kind of damage at all. Just no. It also explodes, but the quick fire explodes, charged does not. I'm trying to detonate it on the floor, and you see how many shots it took versus the charged attack that pretty much one-shots everything. I've seen this thing 104,000 damage there. This thing needs punched through so badly it's not even funny. With punch through on this, it will be so much better. Sentinel, fix. Thank you. Don't get me wrong here, I absolutely love this thing. At range with that charge attack, it's really good. It's the short range side of this that kind of suffers. It's not that good at the short range stuff. It's still good, these are level 70s, but just the charge rate is so much better. Obviously, things like Lethal Torrent will help this along one shot. So much better. One shots. Level 70s and they're going down really quickly. The most damage I've seen from this, crit wise, was well into the hundreds of thousands. I really want to say it was about 1 million. You see 100,000s from this constantly. It's just the charged attack at range. It works. It just leading the enemy, the travel time isn't that good. The fall off isn't that good. Now I have to wonder, is anybody actually going to go forward from this? Because this is the 3rd time I have formatted this, and he teleported away. That sucks. Oh, this thing, I'm really this is probably going to become my main. I don't have a melee weapon equipped. I love the charged attack of this. It is pretty accurate at mid to close range as well, assuming you can actually hit what you are aiming at. Land those headshots, this thing will take out pretty much anything you hit it with. It's just the lack of punch through that really kind of ruins this thing. If I'm being brutally honest, I'm not going to put punch through on this either, because punch through, yes, it is going to make this thing so much better because you will be able to crowd control with just amazing ease with this, but I would rather use the slot for damage than punch through. Hence, a Riven is going to save this thing. Depending on the roll you can get on it, depends on how well that is going to work. But even without a Riven, and even without punch through, this thing, well, it's one-shotting level 70s. I was using it in the Steel Path and one-shotting level 120s with this thing. I basically only format this thing with 3 Vs on it, simply to fit the usual. There's the crit mods at the side, primed pistol gambit, primed target cracker, then lethal momentum, barrel diffusion, hornet strike. Lethal momentum had to go on this. It was kind of a must for projectile speed. That helped a lot. Plans in the future are simply to drop this out of here, put that in there, and have another damaging mod here, and then there's just the element you happen to have on it at the time. The only reason that is in there and that is in there is because, actually, now I think about it, if I'm going to do this properly, I should change that to a V now to swap it over, because that gives me 12 points to play with, because somehow I've lost a mod. Turns out this thing actually does have punch through if I just stand here and go, okay, you can all now go away. It even damaged the enemy all the way at the end and killed the first two. For the record, you can see this, level 180 enemies. And this is with the, well, first off, different element to what I showed for the whole build side of it. It has corrosive on it, and it's now two-shotting, level 120, yeah, 180. I'm actually quite amazed it is working that well, if I'm being honest. The fact it actually has punch through amazed me. When using this, I did not see punch through working, but you can see punch through, if anything, is actually doing more damage to the enemy behind it, which is why I was standing on here. It's almost like this little point here was set up perfectly to be able to just, yeah, all the way through. So it does have punch through. It's not very effective punch through. More punch through would help a lot, but it does in fact have punch through. And it's also one-shotting level 180s. That was a full level 180 with no damage whatsoever and gone. Oh, really? You sneaky little, here, have an after effect. Yeah, this is why I am completely in love with this, and the fact it does have punch through just means adding a bit more is going to make it work so much better. But yeah, come on, level 180s, like they were nothing. That's why Magnum Force is not going to work for this, but Augur Pact is. It's going to be doing more damage than it is doing because, well, did I actually format this? It says it's still level 30 in the bottom right. I did click OK on that, didn't I? I really hope I did. I'm starting to question that because it says this thing's maxed. The Epitaph. Oh, this is probably by far my new favourite of all secondaries because the damage on it is just completely and utterly insane. And it can get better than this. But with that, I think we'll leave this off here for now, because I think I need to go and reformat this, because it says it's level 30, and it shouldn't be level 30. But, no survivors. Excuse me, I said no survivors. Yep, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.